Hi everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this cottage home called 154 Victoria Lane. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So this home, the name of it is just kind of random, to be honest. A lot of the time I do like to do these type of builds which are, you know, just kind of a cottage or a traditional style home, but because I've done that before and, you know, use that title, I do like to just use random, well, not all the time random, but, you know, just random house names and street names and things like that to name the builds, because, you know, I don't want every single build on my channel to have the same name. Anyway, so like I said, if you want to go ahead and download it, you can. It is up there now. I normally say that it's up in the gallery, even though it's not while I'm doing the voiceover, because I pre-record a little bit, but it is actually now, and I am pre-recording a little bit of this video. I'm currently recording this on the 13th, and I think this is going up on the 18th, so about a week, well, a few days less than that, on Friday. So I've just got a little bit of free time, so I thought I'd go ahead and do it. And also because next week I have an exam. It's not like an official exam or anything, it's just like a class test sort of thing, but it is a pretty big exam, so I'm just, you know, kind of preparing for that and getting the videos out the way, you know, because it's on Thursday, so I thought I'll get this done, because I'll probably end up recording it, you know, later in the week before the test, ready for Friday or something. So yeah, this home, the colour scheme is on the kind of like the darker side. As you can see, we're using kind of like a, it's not really red, but it's kind of like a reddish tone sort of brick, and also brown colours as well. A lot of cats and dogs items used today, which is a colour scheme that I like to use, normally because that brick colour, which is from vampires, and the siding from cats and dogs, both work really well, and with the windows from cats and dogs, everything just flows really well. So I always end up using those colour swatches if I go for a darker colour scheme. And then the inside, the main area of the inside kind of replicates that a lot. But then the bedroom's green, and that's kind of, you know, just to make things not so dull. That isn't really a bad thing, because sometimes it's nice to have, you know, darker colours. But I just thought I kind of switched up a little bit, so it's not all the same colour. And another thing I want to say is that this build, I didn't really include, well, sorry, that doesn't make sense. I didn't really take out any footage, which is sometimes I normally do if a build's going to be, you know, a little bit on the longer side, and I don't want to bore you too much, so I might decide to take out some of the boring parts of it. But this build, since it's a little bit short, I mean, not really, it took me about 40 minutes to do, which is kind of, oh my god, my voice is going. It is kind of a little bit of a on the longer side for this style and this size home, actually. For like a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, it may take me about half an hour to do normally, which is still not a long time though. And that's, you know, the video is about 11 minutes long, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at this length, so you can see the full thing and how I do everything, which is something I did a little while ago. Well, not like my past couple of videos, I can't remember which one it was, but I didn't, oh sorry, I just hit my pop filter. I didn't actually take out any footage, so, you know, it's kind of just nice sometimes, especially with mansion builds where I do take out footage to make it, you know, not as long. You can see everything that I do, and I think that's sometimes helpful as well for building. Speaking of building and kind of building tips, if you didn't see, I think it was maybe about 2 weeks ago since when this video goes up, but I did it kind of like a building tips and tricks video, but also a big part of that video was tips on how to build faster, because you probably know that I do build quite fast, and that's what everybody ends up talking about when, you know, they hear my channel, and people always ask me how I build so fast, and, you know, I just felt it'd be nice to maybe make a video where I can direct people to if they ask me about that, and kind of just share some tips about that. But that video that I made, people also were like, you know, wanting to see kind of like a landscape tutorial. I did mention that a little bit in that video, but I think it'd be good to do a full in-depth video about that, because I just went over it quickly, and also a roofing tutorial, because I mean, I'm not that good at explaining things that well, I would say, but I can probably give some really good tips about roofing, and you could even see how I did the roofing for today's build as well, but we'll talk about that once I do that video, which hopefully will be soon. So right now we're just working on the interior. We've done the floor plan. That little room at the back there is actually going to be a laundry room, because, well, as you can see, we'll put a door onto it, but I did actually go ahead and take that off and put an archway, since it is a pretty small room. And, you know, with laundry, I did actually use it quite a lot when the pack came out, but then I've actually just stopped using it. Not like intentionally, like, well, yeah, unintentionally, because it's something that is new to the game, so it's not really a very I don't really know, like, something that you would automatically want to put in a build. Like, you know how you was going to build and you know you're going to have a bedroom and bathroom, stuff like that, without even thinking about it. While laundry room is, since it's a fairly new pack, it's something that I go into the build with that I have to kind of think about and put thought into it. That's something I don't know how to explain that. I'm just going to stop trying to explain it because I can't get around to it. Anyway, so I thought I'll go ahead and put it in because it's just a little bit of a change, which I don't normally include in my speed builds. And I mean, you know, since laundry days came out, it doesn't mean that you have to have laundry in your room. Well, in your room, in the build. So, you know, sometimes I don't include it. And yeah, so another thing I want to mention, kind of just off topic, but I want to know if anybody has any kind of Netflix series that I could watch, because I'm kind of like in the middle of a phase where there's like nothing that I really want to watch. I did actually just watch, like yesterday, binge watch the full series of this new series called Safe, and I don't know, I think it actually came out on the 10th and I watched it on the 11th. I didn't realise it was one day old, but I actually saw a trailer for it a little while ago. I was just looking on Netflix and I saw it there, and decided to search for it, not realising it's literally just came out, you know, less than 24 hours beforehand. So I went ahead and watched that. I was up until like 2 a.m. watching that. I just couldn't stop. I just binge watched the whole thing. I think it was 8 episodes, and they're all like about 45 minutes long, so took most of the night up, as you can probably tell by me being up till 2 a.m, which I don't like to do because I just end up really being tired the next day. I actually woke up at 8 a.m, so I had like 6 hours sleep, which is not a good idea, but I was actually fine for the first like 2 hours. And I went for it's funny because I went for a coffee at like 9 a.m, and then when I got back around 10, I was even more tired after a coffee, so I don't know how that worked, but yeah, the coffee made me more tired for some reason, so I just had a big slump the whole day, but it kind of picked up in the afternoon, which sometimes happens as well, even to have more sleep, so, you know, I don't think it was such a bad thing in the end. Anyway, my point is that if you have any more suggestions for series to watch, then let me know. I know, hang on, when did I say this video was going up? Did I say the 18th? Well, when you're watching this, which is still like a week or so from, you know, when this goes up for me, but when you're watching this on the 18th, season 2 of 13 Reasons Why should have came out, so I'm probably going to binge watch that, which is actually funny because, I mean, I always think I'm going to do it, but then when it comes to it, I do try to restrict myself on how many I watch, especially if it's a series that I really like. You know, like I was just mentioning, I binge watched the whole series of Safe, but it's because it's not really something that I've, like really like. Things such as, you know, Orange is the New Black, for example, is something that I love, and I watch that every year. And when that series comes out, and it's going to be the same with 13 Reasons Why, hopefully, I'll just try to like restrict myself to maybe 1 or 2 episodes per week, and I maybe set aside an hour, you know, each week, so maybe on a Friday night or something where I watch the episode, and I do that, and I actually stuck to that with Orange is the New Black, and I'm really glad I did it because it made the series last so much longer than you know it normally would, because I remember when I first saw it, it wasn't when the original, like I didn't watch it when season 1 came out, it was after season 2 had finished when I first started watching the series, and I ended up watching the first 2 series in like a night. So, you know, I think since then it kind of made me want to do that, and I'm so glad I do space them out. So that's maybe something you could try if you end up binge watching something and then you're depressed for another year waiting for the next series, because that's sometimes what happens. And yeah, so right now we're just working on the interior. As you can see, we've done quite a bit of it. I didn't really talk about the build that much in today's build, but in today's voiceover, sorry. But we've done the main kind of area of the home, and I think we're about to go and work on the laundry room. Yeah, we are right here. Like I said, I did put an archway in just to make it a little bit more spacious, and I did have to, oh my god, I'm talking too fast. I did actually have to extend the back of the house there, as you can see, because the living room ended up being a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, so I didn't really have that much room for the kitchen. So as you saw there, we did go ahead and make it a little bit bigger for the kitchen, and also a little dining table as well. So it's actually kind of a lot of space for a 1-bedroom home. I'm not actually too sure how much the house came out to be. I'm actually going to go ahead and check the gallery app right now. I don't even know you can get the gallery app anymore, because was it last year? I think it was discontinued, because well, I don't know why, but it wasn't just the gallery app though. There were a few other apps as well that The Sims kind of just, well, I guess EA discontinued. So there's a few like Sims 3 apps, I think it was, that they discontinued. And I also, when I was looking on this list, I think it was on the Sims 3 IP or something, that I saw the actual blog post about it. And I'm pretty sure there was some other kind of Sims 3 apps and stuff, and it had the Sims gallery. So that's a little bit of a shame, because it is pretty useful, especially when I'm in kind of like a video in a voiceover trying to remember details about the build. I can just go ahead and look at it without having to, you know, load up the web page or whatever. And it's just a really easy way to do that. So I've got the info up here. It is 69,086 simoleons, which is a little bit pricey, but to be honest, at the same time, that isn't too bad, because a lot of the time they end up being like 80, you know, K. So I suppose it's not too bad. A little bit, you know, on the pricey side, but it's alright. And on a 30 by 20 lot with 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap the voiceover up here, because we are pretty much finished with the build portion, and I don't want to run over onto the screenshots too much. But I really hope you enjoyed. If you have any more suggestions of build ideas, or just video ideas in general that you want to see next, then let me know, and I'll go ahead and make a note of that and hopefully get around to it soon. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and go ahead and download this from the Sims 4 gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!